Hello readers, my name is Lindsay Metcalf. I'm the author of the poem Noah Barnes' Marching for a Cure in No Voice Too Small. I want to talk to you today about research. Noah's poem and all the other poems in No Voice Too Small are biographical poems. That means it's a poem about a person filled with facts. It's true. So how did we find out the facts that we needed to write these poems? Well, in my case, first I looked online for whatever was out there. Images of Noah marching from Key West, Florida, all the way up to Washington State with his dad. And they had taken videos during their trip where they talked directly to the camera and talked about how it felt to walk through the heat, how it felt to be marching for 20 miles a day sometimes. And they talked about the things they brought with them, which were a stroller that they pushed along, and they wore a vest that said Noah's March, so that cars and passersby would know that they are walking there on purpose and that their car's not broken down somewhere. In their stroller, they packed things like a GPS device so they could know where they were at all times. Sunscreen, because the sun could be punishing while they're out for that long. Snacks, not only for when they're hungry, but to help Noah regulate his blood sugar, which is a key challenge that comes with diabetes, and some other things. I also looked for interviews that Noah had done with news reporters along the route, and he had done many. But I found that he was starting to say kind of the same thing. He was very good at staying on message. He wanted people to find a cure for diabetes, and they were also trying to raise money at that time. So I didn't know that I had what I needed to write a poem, which needed more emotion and more of how things felt while he was walking. So what did I do? Noah is living, and his family is alive today. He just completed this march a few years ago. So I looked online to see if I could find a contact information for them. And to my very happy surprise, I was able to reach the family and they granted me an interview. So when I called them, I talked with Noah and his mom, and I asked things like, what did it feel like to be walking for 20 miles a day? What did it feel like to be on a highway with cars zooming by? What's your favorite food? And then he told me, I believe he said his favorite food was Cheetos or cheese puffs. And then he told me a story about how he had needed to eat the cheese puffs that they had stored in their stroller while they were walking through the Rocky Mountains, these steep, steep mountains. It was kind of a punishing climb. And his blood sugar was dropping. It was a dangerous situation for him with his diabetes. And he used that. So I only got that information through an interview. He told me about homeschooling on the road. He told me about places that he stopped and that helped connect to his journey and his story, that gave him hope. And so I was able to use all of that information, all the questions that I formed, to get to the emotion behind it. And I also happened to live not very far from one of the highways where he walked. I did not get to meet Noah at that time, but I did drive to that highway so I could sort of have a feeling of what it's like on that highway. The day that I went, it was very windy and hot. He walked through here in Kansas on a June day. And so all that was very interesting to me and helped me really construct the poem in a way that I thought would resonate with readers as much as his story resonated with me. So I would challenge you to find someone who has an interesting story and talk to them and ask them questions and see if you can come up with a poem that talks about their life. Enjoy.